Imagine a world where everything is not as it seems, where the moon isn't just a celestial body but a strategic stronghold. Welcome, seekers of truth, to a realm where reality is cloaked in shadows, and the unseen becomes seen. For centuries we've gazed at the moon, our silent partner in the cosmic ballet, a luminous companion in the night sky. Its serene face marked by craters and valleys has been the muse of poets, the beacon for sailors, and the subject of countless stories and legends. But beyond its romantic allure, the moon plays a pivotal role in the rhythm of our lives. It's the conductor of the seas, dictating the ebb and flow of our oceans with its gravitational pull. It's the celestial clock, guiding the cycles of nature and marking the passage of time. In its silent vigil, the moon shapes our existence in ways both minute and monumental. Yet what if our pale satellite is hiding a secret? A secret so profound it could forever change our understanding of the moon, the oceans, and indeed, our very world. Imagine a clandestine outpost, not on some remote island or hidden in the depths of the Amazon, but right there on the moon. A secret moon base, if you will. This is not the stuff of science fiction or the wild dreams of a conspiracy theorist. We're talking about a possibility, however remote, that could have far-reaching implications for all of mankind. A secret base that could be manipulating the very tides that shape our coastlines, control our climate, and influence our marine life. Could it be that our trusted moon, the silent sentinel of the night, is more than just a passive observer? Could it be a strategic stronghold, a control center with the power to influence the very lifeblood of our planet, the oceans? But what if the moon is more than a silent guardian? What if it's a secret base, controlling the very tides of our world? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into this enigma, unraveling the unseen and exploring the unthinkable. The Chinese government, known for their technological prowess, could be the masterminds behind this. Let's take a moment to consider China's impressive advancements in technology and space exploration. In the past decade alone, they've made giant leaps, from the development of quantum satellite communications to the successful landing of the Chang'e 4 rover on the dark side of the moon. But what if these feats are merely the tip of the iceberg? What if these are just public demonstrations of a much larger, more secretive operation? Consider this: China has been making strides in lunar exploration for years now, with the Chang'e Lunar Exploration Program. It's named after the Chinese moon goddess, Chang'e, an apt name for a program that's reached the moon not once but multiple times. Now, isn't it plausible that these lunar missions could serve a dual purpose? Let's dig a little deeper. A report from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, states that the moon's gravitational pull has a significant influence on Earth's tides. Now imagine if someone could control that gravitational pull. They would essentially have the power to control the world's oceans. Now think about this. The Chinese government, with their technological prowess and their extensive lunar exploration program, might just have the means to establish a base on the moon. And from that base they could potentially manipulate the moon's gravitational pull, thereby controlling the oceans. Could it be that the Chang'e Lunar Exploration Program is not just about exploring the moon, but about establishing a base there? Could it be that the technological advancements we've seen are part of a larger plan to control the world's oceans? Of course, this is purely speculative, but given the facts, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? Why the moon, you ask? Well, what better way to control the world's oceans? Oceans, covering more than 70% of Earth's surface, are the lifeblood of our planet. But what if they're under control? Imagine, if you will, a world where the ocean's ebb and flow are not merely the result of the moon's gravitational pull, but of a clandestine operation, a moon base, manipulating these natural processes. The moon, our celestial neighbor, has a profound influence on our planet's oceans. It's the moon's gravitational force that causes the ocean tides to rise and fall. This tidal movement is a fundamental aspect of our global ecosystem. It affects marine life, influences climate patterns, and even has a role in regulating Earth's rotation. Now consider the power that comes with being able to control these tides. With a strategically placed base on the moon, it's theoretically possible to manipulate the gravitational forces at play, to control the tidal movements of the oceans. The implications are staggering. The oceans are a crucial component of Earth's climate system. They absorb and distribute heat around the globe, helping to regulate temperatures and weather patterns. If someone could control the tides, they could potentially influence these climate systems. They could induce droughts or floods, alter temperatures, even control the intensity of storms. And the effects wouldn't just be environmental. The world's economies are deeply intertwined with the oceans. From fishing industries that feed millions to international shipping routes that facilitate global trade, the potential for disruption is massive. Imagine being able to dictate the routes of ocean currents, to control where fish populations thrive, to determine the feasibility of important shipping lanes. The power to control the oceans is a power that extends far beyond the water's edge. It's a power that reaches into every corner of the globe, into every aspect of our lives. Let that sink in. The power to control the oceans is not just a power over nature, it's a power over people, over nations, over the world. The power to control the oceans is the power to control the world. You may think this is all conjecture, but the evidence suggests otherwise. Let's start with some mysterious signals. In 2022, global space agencies detected unusual radio waves emanating from the moon's dark side. These weren't just your everyday signals. They had a distinct pattern, a rhythm, almost as if they were communicating something. Now you might be thinking, isn't that just cosmic noise? Well, top-notch scientists from around the globe have analyzed these signals and they all agree. This is no cosmic noise. This is something else, something far more deliberate. Then there's the unusual space activity. Over the past few years we've seen an unprecedented number of lunar missions by the Chinese Space Agency. Official statements claim these are for exploration and research. But what's puzzling is their peculiar interest in the moon's dark side, the side that's always hidden from Earth. Why so much interest in a place where no light shines? And let's not forget the inexplicable changes in the tides. For centuries we've known that the moon's gravitational pull affects our ocean tides. But recently, scientists have recorded subtle yet significant anomalies in tidal patterns. These are not just random anomalies. They are systematic, almost as if something on the moon is subtly altering its gravitational pull. Now let's connect the dots. Mysterious signals from the moon, unusual space activity focused on the moon's dark side, and strange changes in our ocean tides. Could these be mere coincidences? Or are we looking at pieces of a larger puzzle? A puzzle that, when put together, reveals a secret moon base manipulating the moon's gravity to control Earth's oceans. And why would anyone want to control the oceans? Well, oceans cover over 70% of our planet. They influence our weather, our climate, our food supply. In essence, controlling the oceans is akin to controlling the world. So we're left with a question. Are these just a string of peculiar coincidences? Or are we witnessing a carefully orchestrated plan? We may never know the full extent of this lunar conspiracy, but the implications are clear. Ladies and gentlemen, we've journeyed through a labyrinth of speculation, unearthing a narrative that's as unsettling as it is captivating. We've unveiled the unseen, a clandestine moon base allegedly constructed by the Chinese government. We've delved into the Chinese connection, exploring the potential motivations and capabilities of this global superpower. We've examined the oceanic impact, pondering the possible ways in which lunar operations could manipulate our planet's waters. All along this shadowy path we've been guided by a trail of evidence, an amalgam of validated facts and compelling conjecture. The idea of a moon base controlling the oceans may seem like the stuff of science fiction, but the circumstantial evidence we've presented suggests it could be a chilling reality. Consider the potential global impact. If a single entity had the power to control the world's oceans, the balance of our planet could be irrevocably upset. Weather patterns, marine ecosystems, even the geopolitical landscape could be manipulated to serve the interests of those pulling the lunar strings. And if that entity were the Chinese government, the implications become even more profound. As one of the world's largest economies and military powers, China already wields significant influence on Earth. The ability to control the oceans from a secretive moon base would only amplify that power, potentially reshaping the world as we know it. But while we've pieced together this alarming narrative, it's important to remember that much of it remains speculative. The truth, as is often the case, may be shrouded in layers of secrecy and misinformation. We must remain vigilant, questioning everything, even the moon that hangs so innocently in our night sky. So next time you gaze upon the moon, remember there may be more than meets the eye.